Remember getting Newsweek as a child? I looked forward to it. I believe that Newsweek made me a smarter kid. It was like highlights with war. Now the magazine just makes you dumber. Once a noted publication, it's now a thinly pressed carcass of mind vomit. Their latest, an article by Melissa Matthews called How Murderer Charles Manson and Donald Trump Used Language to Gain Followers. Hold on. Isn't that what Newsweek does? Use language to gain followers? Isn't that what Melissa Matthews does? Isn't that what the New York Times does? Isn't that what we all do? Does that make Newsweek like Manson? Imagine how this story came about. A group of young editors, close to my age, early 30s, they're sitting around. They're hoping for any idea to take a naked Charlie Rose off their minds. He's like a hairless cat on his hind legs, smoking a pipe. Now, they know they're one paycheck away from opening a cat-sitting business in Brooklyn. Finally, a cretin says, let's compare Manson to Trump. Relieved, they break for lunch. Vegan wraps and green tea all around. Good for them, I say. If you want people to click on your free webzine, which is what Newsweek is, saying Trump is Manson beats all comers. Although in the article, even they admit that Trump really isn't Manson. They didn't buy it either. And they didn't expect you to buy that either, too. That's why it's free. So Newsweek is now like the saddest sideshow attraction. The sign reads, see the caterpillar man, and it's just a junkie in a sleeping bag. Fact is, even they know they're peddling tripe. But an editor's got to eat. They don't have the words, but they do have Manson.
So weird.
It is weird, Dana. Jump in on this,
because
please.
It's more. I loved Newsweek too growing up, and this sounds more like a PhD dissertation.
Yes.
Than an actual news article, right? And thank you. You can thank me when you get your PhD that I gave you that idea. But they say that they didn't have specifics on what Manson may have told followers, but argued it was probably similar to the rhetoric that other cult leaders have used, or maybe it's actually just what people use to try to get them to follow them. Like President Obama appealed to people's emotions.
Are you comparing Obama to Manson, Dana?
Yes, I am.
Oh, my God.
How's that, America?
It was only a matter of time.
It's contagious.
Stole my thunder. I had it written right here.
Yes. But it's true, Jesse. You can apply this to anybody, any leader, any TV personality like myself. Who's quite persuasive and influential.
That's right. Any politician is guilty of being charismatic and preying on people's emotions.
Yeah.
They do this with all Republicans, though. They've compared Trump with Hitler, to ISIS, to O.J. Simpson. This was lazy clickbait. It's a smear. You go to your editor and you say, I have a Republican, and we're going to link him to something evil. And the editor says, all right, give me 3 paragraphs. Done deal. You could do it with Hillary. Easily. Hillary, she's Teflon. She gets away with everything. O.J. is like Hillary. See how easy that was? Does that get me into Newsweek, though? No, because it's not liberal Democrat.
Webzine.
Juan, what happened to Newsweek? I love that magazine. I knew that it was trying very hard to beat Time because Time was always like more successful. But I always liked the little brother. That Newsweek was always the little brother to Time. And then there was the creepy U.S. News and World Report that you didn't know what it was. It was like the real boring version of. It was like the boring third brother. It was Jan Brady.
Terrible graphics.
It's Jan Brady. Greg Brady was Time, and Peter was Newsweek. Explain my thoughts.
Wow.
Well, you could just have like best colleges in the universe, right?
Yes.
And that's become U.S. News.
That was good.
But Newsweek, I don't know what's going on there. But I will say this. I mean, you guys just basically break it down as partisan attack on President Trump. And actually, I thought it's interesting. Here they are saying charismatic language. And Trump's use of language, by the way, is interesting. He speaks in very emotive terms. He uses very simple words. Make America great again would be a prime example. Lock her up.
Build a wall.
Right. Very simple, direct language.
How's that different than hope and change?
Then what?
That's like hope and change.
No, but that's not the heart and soul of an Obama speech. It's not the soul of anybody else's speech.
Remember how boring his speeches were?
Well, no, I think Obama's a fine speaker, but I don't think he's a great speaker. I think he's a fine speaker. But
Trump is the greatest speaker ever.
Of language, no, by not. But I must say, remember, his demographic, you know what? A lot of people who didn't graduate from college, and I think it works very well.
That's
you could
very...
say that about President Obama, couldn't you?
I love the poorly educated. Is that
that's what Trump said.
I know, but that's very insulting. That is not true.
That's not insulting.
Oh, okay.
The guy
that's all we voted
the guy's use of language is fantastic. It has made him president of the United States. That's an honor.
Well, it's made him a very successful American entrepreneur as well. I mean, it's people who
So he
sounds
speaks
like
in
people
that
are
way.
just jealous that he's been able to connect with people and he hasn't been, trapped by worrying about being politically correct. He's found an audience out there and it resonates, and I think it's across multiple demographics.
Well, so that's what the article said, Kimberly, is that he's charismatic, but he gets people to accept an ideology regardless of whether, and here I'm quoting, destructive or dangerous. That's
Okay,
all
well,
it said.
that's that article's opinion
That's
and
what I
not
said.
scientific
That's
fact.
that's what we're
and
saying.
The point is the man won the election because he was able to connect with all people, not just people that actually felt that they were left behind, that no one was listening to them, that no one was speaking to them, that no one cared if they had food on the table or money in their wallet or they could put gas in their car or they were coal mine workers that were getting put out of work. So they said, well, this guy's listening to me, so I'm going to pay attention to him.
Who won the popular vote?
Who's president of the United States? Here we go again.
That's like saying the
So did Al Gore.
football team got the most yards.
So did Al
Oh, look
Gore.
at this. Years later, with regret, an admission. Al Gore
So
should be
you
president.
Obviously,
and
you won
Hillary
the
can
popular
co-author a book.
I'm comparing you to
Yeah.
ISIS.
ISIS.
If you could compare.
Juan Williams and Hillary
Yeah, you don't wanna
Clinton, they
take
can
us there.
co-author a book. We still don't know what happened.
That's right.
We still don't get it.
All right. Ahead.